Okay, to end these sessions for today, there's one thing I want to add, and actually goes back to naming conventions and usability, flexibility, actually reusability. So here, in this class definition, which, because it has the name app, is very generic, we're hard coding in all the message fields. We're hard coding in the window width and the window height as well. And it will be better if, instead of setting values inside the initializer, we pass those values on the command line. Width equal 785 and height equal 810, I think. 775. Okay. And that way, we can just make this width and this height. And what that does is that keeps us in the spirit of being generic, as this implies. But this code, and actually the title could come through too, right? We could say title. Okay, so we can pass in the title and the width and the height of the window to this generic app function, and we would have a centered window. Even if we change these numbers, the window would still be centered where it's supposed to be, or where we would like it to be. And here we would just pass in title. Now the question is, where do we get that stuff from? So here, title with height. So this should all still work. The window should still come up and be centered. It should still have its proper title, and the width and the height should be as we want it to be, but there's never a guarantee. So what do we have to do? That 95% thing, test. So we saved it, run it. Okay, with unexpected keyword argument. App title with spelled correctly makes all the difference in the world. So we still got our Cypher GUI. We still got the window, which is the intended size, and we're still centered. Except when I move it over there, it's going to come back to the center. That's better than coming up over here. This is better. This is what they call good, better, best, as in wherever I left it. So now, this code here is completely generic, and everything that follows is specific to the GUI application. So this could be in its own class, and I'm going to call it Cypher GUI, Cypher application, and then it's like so on, and I'd be good. Okay. Well, I got to do a dep here. That's what's missing. Okay. Now the only problem is that this class totally bypasses this class. So what I really want to put in here is app. So now what's going to happen is that this Cypher application is going to inherit all of this functionality. Now the only problem is I need to pass this stuff up, because it's expecting this. Don't need to pass so. Now, I haven't written in Python in a while, so I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work, but I'm going to find out because I'm brave. So we go there, boom, boom. See, didn't get it. We got the window centered. What we didn't get is all the other stuff. So what I'm going to do is pause the video, not stop it. I'm just going to pause it and come back. Okay, This is our generic app class. This is our Cypher application class. And at the bottom of this code, we want this to be Cypher application, not app. That's why this was the only part that was being called. It didn't instantiate this class. All right, so let's try that. Bam, voila. If only the window would stay there. If only the window would stick there. My productivity would go up so much. Okay, so in this particular case, I am instantiating a specific application whose sole purpose in life is to cipher and decipher messages. But I'd like the behavior of the program to have some of the nice things that I like. In other words, let's just run this again without this little customization. Remember what I said? Good, better, wherever I leave it, best. So the point is that every application that I write from here on using Kinter, if I want a window that is self-centering, I can derive that from this app. In this case, it's a generic app. All it does is add on some little of my favorite customizations. It's not a specific application. It doesn't do any ciphering or deciphering. This just adds a layer of functionality on top of what Kinter gives me. So it's perfectly fine to call this app, even though Willie would call it application. Might even call it Kinter application because I'm building this on top of Kinter. And I might use a different GUI framework in another situation. So this is TK application. So maybe I would call this TK application. Maybe I would just do this. This tells me a lot. So even if this code gets moved to another file, this tells me that I'm building a Cypher application on top of a TK application. And I can put this in another file and do as much customization as I want. And then I can import it. I can create another Python class called tkapplication.py, put this definition in there, import it, reuse it, good to go. And I'm going to do TK application, not TK app, TK application, because later on there will be other frameworks, PyQt, Kivy, better looking. Oh, that doesn't look too bad to me. Better looking than the Kinter stuff. Okay, that's that one. So let's save it and test it, because testing is 95% of programming. And as you can see on line 16, center app in screen. Well, that must have been a comment. How'd I destroy that? Oh yeah, when I uncommented that stuff. Okay, so uncomment. Oh, commented it. So okay, go back. So I commented a comment and I uncomment. Okay, so that's the way that's supposed to work. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put, oh, we can't put everything back. So this is going to be TK. This is going to be TK application. This is going to be TK application. Save it, run it, and the window shows up in the good position. No, it shows up in the better position. This is a good position. Shows up at all. This is the better position. Better than the good position. But if I stop here, if it came back here, that would be the best. And we're going for the best. So that'll be in another session. Anyway, I think that's it for today. This code here is good. Just need to put in these corrections here, or I'm sorry, these enhancements. And I think that's about it. Delete some unnecessary code. Improve the performance. Improve the names. Remove the loop. Unnecessary loops. Unnecessary searches. Do it the right way. Okay, that takes care of the morning sessions. Good luck.